Peoples of the world, welcome back. Capital G here, bringing you a quick channel update. What's been going on? I just kind of randomly stopped everything. Right there. You see that? That is Ellie, Bernese Mountain Dog. Say hi, Ellie. No, she found, I don't know if she found a toy or a shoe or what. I have to go see what it is. Hopefully it's not a shoe. My wife loves Vans. So, obviously she would be pissed if that's what Ellie's got. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, that's what's been keeping me away from Spell Table and away from the YouTube for a while here. So I don't expect to be able to put out any more content, at least for the rest of 2022. Hopefully in the new year she'll be a little more settled and I can get back to recording some deck techs and community theater episodes. In the meantime, yes, I did scoop up a box of Brothers War set booster box. The big hit that I wanted was the Mishra claimed by Gix. Didn't get that, didn't get Gix. I did get Titania and Argoth. I'm thinking of building a deck with her, but for the time being just tossed it into Muldrotha. I don't quite have the tools. I think a big factor of that is I don't have a ton of I don't have any fetch lands. I've got one fetch land, and then of course there's Tamorphic Expanse, Evolving Wilds, and there's also those New Capenna lands, what have you. But the point being, I don't actually have a lot of ways of filling that graveyard with lands, making sure I tutor out Argoth, and getting the flip, because Titania on her own is not really that great without Argoth, in my opinion. Like, she's a good card, but not like nothing spectacular. So that's kind of my thoughts there. So just tossed her into Muldrotha for the time being as a placeholder. I was able to take a lot of those new big mechs and throw them into my Bjorna and Othum deck. The idea here is I can cast them for their prototype cost, eventually sack them, and recur them, and when they come back in from the graveyard, they're going to be like the full artifact creature, not the prototype. So that's kind of the idea there, and they are massive, they are scary, they're just big, dumb fun. So I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I've put like 12 of them in the deck, so hopefully I'll have a chance to try it out at some point. That's kind of my thinking there. What else? Of course, the big news item, of course, is the fact that we have that Magic 30 set, the official proxies from Wizards of the Coast, and like the vast majority of the community, not a fan of the product. I'll try that again. I like the product, but it comes with a very complicated situation. If those packs were, $25 a pack, $30 a pack, fine. People wouldn't complain. They wouldn't feel like they're priced out of something. They're not like meant to be played with per se. But at least at commander tables, you can just say, hey, I've got the Magic 30 versions of what have you. And as long as their sleeve backs are opaque, I don't see it being a problem. Like, I would let people play with the Magic 30 proxies. But by pricing it at a lower price than anyone who's been sitting on, beta copies of their fetch lands, for example, could see a huge drop in the price, because people who want to play those lands don't have to pay $300, $400, $500, $600 a pop anymore. So, and so I say the dual lands like Rushland, what have you, as an example, but there's tons of examples of cards that would be greatly, their secondary market value would be greatly affected, and people who invested in those old cards, reserve list or not, are going to feel burned. And there's some real money at stake up there, so that's why they couldn't price these packs at something affordable like $20, $30 a pack. They had to price that at almost $1,000 a pack, or like, was it $250 a pack, something like that, because Otherwise, they were going to burn all of those early investors. That's why the reserve list exists. That's why, as nice as it would be to have that abolished, it won't be. And yeah, that's the problem with the product. It's not so much the cards or the packs themselves. It's the fact that they were forced to price them so high in order to protect the investors of the older cards. Because it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. You make them affordable, all those old investors will come after you. Price them too high, the rest of the community fires back. So there we go. That's what happened. It was a lose-lose situation. Their store is only open for about 35 minutes from what I understand, when they finally put them on sale. So I don't know if anybody actually bought into it. If there's someone who did buy into it, or at least liked it, because we've definitely heard a lot of voices from the community about why this is a piece of garbage. But I haven't heard anyone say, hey, this is a gold mine. This is going to be awesome. So if you're one of those people that do like this product, please comment below and tell me why. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to have that conversation. So I think it'd just be interesting to get that perspective, because nobody, as far as I can tell, is offering that perspective. Other than that, new videos for the rest of the year? No, I'm just going to take the rest of the holiday season, as it were. Haven't got my tree up yet. That's going to happen in a couple weeks, I'm sure. Actually, it's already the 29th of November, so probably the next couple days, in fact, the tree goes up. So yeah, so I'll see you again. As far as YouTube is concerned, I'll see you again in the new year, hopefully. As far as Spell Table is concerned, hopefully, as she gets a little bit calmer, and she's pretty good today, but as my dog gets a little bit calmer, I'm hoping to have a little more free time that I want to use for playing. I'd rather play the game rather than talk about it. Such is the logic there. So that's kind of my thinking. I haven't brewed any new decks with this. I've just kind of touched up a lot of my old ones, done a lot of updates, trying out some new pieces. So that's kind of where I'm at. Transformers, I wanted to say, I've never been a fan of the Transformers franchise. With the exception of Beast Wars, I just never got into the Transformers series. I don't know if it was the animation style, the storytelling, the stiff voice acting. I don't know. But the original cartoon, never got into it. The Michael Bay movies, well, they're a dumpster fire that explode a lot. Really, the only good iteration, in my opinion, was Beast Wars. That being said, the card designs are awesome. And I did pull Megatron. So that's something I am kind of thinking about. It's like, do I want to do something with this? Yay, nay, I don't know yet. Although Optimus Prime being like almost indestructible, that is going to be a very nasty commander to play against, I am sure and certain. Other products, I believe they're just dropping Jumpstart 2022, like the good kind of Jumpstart. The set doesn't seem to be as powerful as the original one, although there's still some great reprints. We're seeing some reprints with like anime style art. Those are pretty nifty, I have to say. And like I said, Jumpstart 2022 actually looks like it's going to be fun to like crack and play. So if you get that opportunity to do so, please do so and have fun and tell me about the experience, because it looks like it's going to be a fun time. There's a couple new commanders, including one that makes an ape that makes banana artifact tokens. So I don't have them all memorized. I haven't been able to put too much time into it. I did spot it, but I can't think of the name right now. I'm just shooting off the cuff right now. So, but yeah, again, doesn't look like powerful. Doesn't look like it's got a home run card like say Allosaurus Shepherd or anything like that. But still, 2022, the Jumpstart 2022, not as good as the OG, but still looks like a lot of actual fun to play. So. Again, hopefully I'll have a chance to play that at some point. Hopefully you get a chance to play that over the holidays. There's also the new quote-unquote starter commander decks. These are supposed to be the budget-friendly commanders. Pretty old school, like Gisa and Giralf is getting a deck. I did a deck tech on them like way like in the beginning when I started doing Magic content. I used to run Gisa and Giralf. I don't run them anymore. I felt it was doing too much of the same thing that Muldrotha was doing. Albeit Muldrotha was never tied to the zombie theme. So that was the big difference between the two. But yeah, those decks actually look fun. They look fun. They're pretty complete. Easy to tune up and upgrade, and I definitely recommend them. They look like they'd be fun to play against each other. I don't know how they would hold against other precons that have been released over the years, since they're supposed to be quote unquote starters, but still, they look pretty decent to me. So, again, if you've managed to scoop up these starter commander decks, let me know in the comments and tell me about them. And on that, I'm trying to think if I've got any other news items. No, not really. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I will see you all again in the new year on YouTube. I'll hopefully see you all sooner than that on Spell Table. Try and get maybe get back to Spell Table on Friday if Puppy is calm, such is the logic. As long as I've got a day where Puppy's going to be calm enough long enough for me to play a game, then I will do so, because it's been a while. I've upgraded some of my decks, and I'd love to see some of the new Brothers War cards in action. Alright, enough rambling. Again, I'll see you all again in the new year. Also, if you want to follow up on, see what else I've got going on, of course, TikTok. I still do some random posts there as well. And hopefully maybe see you on Spell Table. Until next time, bye for now.